Wanted to talk for a second about indexes versus managers. So as you all are fully aware, indexes might be something like the S&P 500, the 500 largest companies out there. One thing a lot of people aren't aware of is those 500 companies are not evenly weighted in that calculation in the index. There are periods of time like the last weeks, months, and even some of the last few years where an index performs or overperforms a lot of other markets or managers. And the reason for that is there may be a handful of companies that, although may only be 7 or 8 companies out of 500, they represent a disproportional amount of the calculation in the index. Many times, those companies, when they are popular with investors, investors are chasing those, the indexes may overperform even some of the best managers or best discipline strategies out there. But then there's other times where maybe things aren't going as well, and company selection, owning the right companies, focusing on the companies that pay dividends, companies that grow their dividends, companies that aren't having to borrow as much or any, focusing on companies that sell products people have to have or won't live without. There's times in our history in the markets over many years that those strategies that are very disciplined seem to outperform the indexes. So just another reason why it's important to diversify into different strategies. Today's winners that a lot of investors may be chasing, those top handful of stocks, may look really good right now, may look really good next week, might even look really good the rest of the year. But there comes a point in time where an over traded or an overpopulated area of investing will ultimately have some type of downturn. And that's why it's important to own investment managers or pick companies that maybe are more broad in their performance over time so that we're not too much dependent on one certain area or one very small group of companies that are leading the index returns at the time.